Hello everyone, my name is Phawx. This is going to be Monster Hunter World running on the GPD Win 2. These are the settings that are going to be running at. You can see that we're running at 896 by 504. This is not respected as much if I am running at a native resolution of 1280 by 720, so we have to forcefully set that if we go into the Intel GPU utility. First you have to set the custom resolution, just say yes to that. You can see that I've already added it right here, and be mindful that you have to swap those because this is a portrait screen, it's not a landscape screen. Go ahead and activate this resolution. You can see everything gets kind of scrunchy. And here is all the settings. And all of these can be set within the game themselves. As you can see right here, I am prioritizing frame rate. We'll go ahead and close that. One other thing that people might have a problem with is if in the properties, if you go to compatibility, you can go ahead and disable full screen optimizations. I don't really have any of those issues, so we don't need to do this. But for some people that are having problems with the game not staying full screen, you can go ahead and do that. Before we do that, I will go ahead and set our TDP. This is a tool created by one of the GPD Win community members called Sifray, and he's done actually a lot of cool stuff, and I have to show some more stuff like his SSD mod as well as Hunam's. Some really cool stuff. We'll go ahead and set this to 10 watt because 10 watt does help us with minimum frame rate a lot. We'll go ahead and close this out. This tool I really recommend as it will close the XTU, Intel's XTU service as well. The XTU service, if that's running in your background, will consume 2 to 3% CPU, and because we are trying to maximize as much performance out of this as we possibly can, it is vital that we close that and have as much of the system available as we possibly can. Switch over to gamepad mode. Go jump straight into this. Alrighty, here we are. So very briefly, it's showing us that we are running in DirectX 11, our current frame rate, our frame time, and our average FPS. This is the package power. You'll see that this is getting close to 10 watt. And then I've also added a graph, a real-time graph, just so that it's a little bit easier to follow along with fluctuations in frame rate. So we'll go ahead and go to Options, Display, and you can see in here that it is a little, I'm not in the screen. Camera's trying to focus on me. Anyway, you can see it's 896 by 504. It has respected that. Frame rate, I would really advise to go to 30 instead of trying to hit to 60. VSync I have off. Graphic settings, you can see that all of these things were respected in the text. So that's all fine and dandy. That's fine. And when the game starts, we're going to start in the city part of the town, which I do find to be a better use case for demoing the frame rate, especially because there's a lot of stuff going on. It's really heavily populated, and you can see that we're getting around 30 FPS ish. It goes down to 20 ish. Where am I headed? Am I headed the right direction? Let me go select. My room is, yeah, so straight ahead. Oh, it's that way? That way? You can see how densely populated and a lot of stuff that's going on in here. Unfortunately, because of the resolution that we're running at, you can see a lot of aliasing going on, especially as we have low settings for everything. It really it highlights that fact, but if we want to be able to have this game be playable, it's one of the things that we have to sacrifice. Here. There's my room. So I'm going to go ahead and skip a little bit of this, and we're going to try to just jump straight to more of the outdoorsy quest place where we'll be fighting monsters. Alright, so now we've started a quest. Actually, let me go ahead and skip ahead of this. Alrighty, got our supplies, left bumper, X to use. Alright, so you can see a few hitches that we hit there as we were playing. Go ahead and carve up some monsters. I have to wait for this dude. Couldn't you have just followed me? Making me run all the way back. Hey! Also, hiding is hilarious.
You can gather honey and mix it with a potion to make mega potions.
Mega potions. Naturally.
Over here!
Be quiet.
A pack of jaggers. Those are the monsters we're after.
See how you hold up when you're on your own.
Whoa. That is the worst time to flash the thing in front of my face. Why is it like, oh, I see. Goodness. Where are you going?
They're on the run. Don't let them get away. Grab all the monster materials you can. You can use them in the smithy.
That's a little dip for some weird reason. I've only killed 2 of those guys. Oh.
Over here!
Why are a whole bunch of people playing right now?
Whoops. Use whatever you can.
No, long time to drink.
Look out! Keep your distance and use a potion.
Drink. Yes. Son of a... Alright, I need a drink. Drink, drink. Get out of the way. Whoa. Alright, so we're at like 10 minutes now. It's a hilarious little medic thing. So yeah, even though we're hitting like 40 FPS now, I really don't think trying to hit 60 FPS is not going to be anywhere near it. Even going up to 42 FPS is probably going to be the max of where we are. We average around 33 FPS even since the beginning. Our frame time is what it is. It's just, you know, relational to what our FPS is right now. for the most part, as you've been watching, hopefully you've been keeping up with this frame rate graph. And that kind of just shows you any hitches that we were having along the way and kind of showing you a visual indicator of how things really are running. Again, I would recommend all of the settings that I have now just setting it at 30 frames a second as opposed to 60. The only reason I have it 60 just so that you can see how far we can get and trying to make those fluctuations happen a little bit grander, at least in terms of being able to see them on this line. Anyway, that is Monster Hunter World running on the GPD Win 2. We're running at 10 watt. A lot of settings on here are put down low. The game settings are put down as low as they possibly can. I'm using the latest July 11th drivers, Intel drivers for this. Hopefully there are some new drivers coming out from Intel soon. Usually whenever a new big game drops, Intel usually has some type of optimized drivers for that. I will see and revisit this if they come out and see if it makes a big enough difference. If it doesn't, then I'm not going to do a video for it. But in any event, this is Monster Hunter World running on GPD Win 2. Thank you so much for watching.